Hi guys! I swear, one day I'm gonna not start a live video that way. Like, you go back through them, they all go, hi guys! I am Deborah from Housewife Eclectic, and I'm here to create with you today. I'm excited about that, so I'm just gonna get a few shares of this video going so that we can get some people on with us, and then we will get started. We are gonna be making a custom t-shirt today. I know I've done that in a previous live video, but I keep getting requests for that. So we're going to do it again. Today we are hang on, I can't think and type I can't talk and type at the same time apparently. It's a problem. Whoa, gotta add the R on the t-shirt or we spell something we don't want to spell. Okay, so post. We'll get some people on and then we will get started and we'll have some fun today. I'm excited for this. Just gotta get a few shares in and then we will get going. I think today's project is gonna be fun. I'm excited about it. It's one that my mom asked me to make, so we'll see how that goes. Well, there we go. There's some people popping on. Okay, let me get a couple more shares in, get a few more people on, and we will get started. Craft. Hi, Jill. Good to see you. When you hop on, let me know where you are hopping on from. I am in Salt Lake City, Utah. Well, not technically, a little south of Salt Lake City, but that's usually the only. If I told you what city I was from, you'd all be like, what? Where? Huh? So, craft. That's not what I want. I want DIY. Okay. So today we are going to be making a custom shirt. I have done this in previous videos, but it's very popular. People really want to know how to do it. So I've gotten some requests to do it again. So hopefully the people who requested are on and they can see it. Hi Julie from Asheville, North Carolina. And hi Jill from Toledo. What's the weather like out there in both those places today? It's kind of gloomy today here, which is funny. We've had some summer rainstorms the last few days, which has actually been awesome. I love summer thunderstorms. My kids, however, hate them. So, today we are going to be making a customized shirt. Today we're going to be making an economic shirt, which I know for a lot of us is kind of boring. My baby brother, and when I say baby, I mean like a full foot taller than me. Like the kid is huge. Is in his PhD program at University of Maryland, which is, speaking of babies, there's mine, she's crying. Her sister has probably taken something away from her. So he's in his PhD program and he has some big tests coming up in a couple of weeks. So my parents and I are creating something fun just for him to kind of help push him through those big tests in his PhD. I mean, like, they're like the huge, she's coming in. Hi, sweet girl, what happened? Yep, Sophie did something. Do you want to say hi?
No.
Okay, well then if you don't want to say hi, then you have to go out. What did Sophie do? What did Sophie do today?
Sophie taking my Polly Pockets away.
She took the Polly Pockets away?
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't very nice. Can you go tell her to give them back?
So,
Well, go tell her Mommy wants to talk to her and I'll get them back, okay?
we get out.
Sophie. Guys, so rough to be 3. My kids have, seriously, they never fight, ever. And then like the last week, they have fought all day long. It's driving me insane. Do you want to sit in my lap? Oh, there's the culprit.
I put the Polly Pocket
Haley wanted to play with the Polly Pockets. I was ready to lose them. And then I wanted to put them. I put them away. And then she asked me, Nina, can you get down the Polly Pockets? And she's like, she just wanted me out, and she just wanted me to put the Polly Pockets away so
Okay,
I could get.
I'm gonna make you guys resolve this on your own because I'm in the middle of a video. Okay, take your sister, go get her the Polly Pockets. Oh, guys, seriously. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Sorry, mom moment there. So my baby brother is in his PhD program at the University of Maryland, and he's like right in the middle, like his tests are coming up here in just like a couple weeks, and they're the kind of tests that if you don't pass, they kick you out of the program. So they're big deals. So we are making him some shirts to cheer him up today. So we are using a Cricut. This is always the moment when I say I'm using a Cricut that someone's like, I love my Cameo. Guess what? My Cameo is sitting right there on the ground. Love both. Both are good machines. I just think the Cricut is way easier to use.
I think you called me brown.
Okay, I need you to resolve it on your own right now. Go, please. Seriously, they never fight, and like this last week has just been like fight, and I'm going crazy. This is the first time I've ever wanted back to school to happen. Oh, tears are back. Let me shut the door. Okay, so we are creating some shirts today to kind of cheer him up, get him going. Well, and it's like a crazy time for him because so his tests are in like 2 or 3 weeks, and his wife is due with a baby in like 2 weeks. So it's all going to be happening right at the same time, which is going to be really hard. So we are going to cheer him up today with some fun shirts. So his PhD program is in economics. So that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on here today, which I know might be a boring subject for most, if not all of us, but he sure likes it. So obviously if he's going through the effort of getting a PhD in it. So we are going to be using a Cricut today. Like I said, this is always the time when someone says that they love their Cameo. My Cameo is sitting right there. I've got both. My Cricut Explorer here, my Cameo there. Both are good machines. I just feel like the Cricut is so much easier to show someone how to use. It's so user-friendly that's what we're going to be using today. So I've got a pile of shirts here. When you use heat transfer, I have never had good luck washing the shirts first. You're always going to want to do the heat transfer and everything with that, with like that starches and stuff like that already still in it from the store. So don't wash your shirts. This is my pile here. I've got a bunch of fun colors: light blue, dark blue, black, yellow, orange, gray. So I'm not sure. I think we're going to be doing this. Man, she's still screaming. This dark blue here today. So when you pop on, let me know where you're popping on from. I am in the Salt Lake City area in Utah. My brother is in Maryland at the University of Maryland, so that's who we are creating for today. Uh-oh. Sophie said naughty things, guys. Sophie said naughty things. You're getting the full crazy mom experience today. Normally, honestly, like they usually like don't even realize that I'm on a live video. So you're getting the full experience. Okay, so today we are gonna. Are you okay? Would you like to sit in my lap? Okay, you have to stop crying.
My bucket.
We'll go ask Nina.
No.
Oh, well, maybe she thinks you're too little.
I'm not little.
Oh, I know. Okay, so we are going to be creating, I know, right? Melissa says, ha, mom life, like, seriously. So this is, that video where the dad was doing an interview and, like, the kids walked in and everything? I always laugh because if he was a mom, he probably just would have pulled that kid all right onto his lap. So this is Cricut Design Space. This is the new Design Space, which I love. It's really great. It says it's updating the plugin right now, so let's give it just a minute. We always joke, my husband and I, that if you ever want something to go wrong, try and do it on live Facebook. Then everything will go wrong. Okay. Come on. Finish updating the plugin. Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, okay. So, hi, Barb. And Diana. It's good. Oh my gosh. Seriously, guys. You want something that'll go wrong, do it on live Facebook. Okay. So, let that finish updating. So let me talk to you about some of the ideas I've got here. My parents wrote out a bunch of ideas that they liked. Here we go. Maybe it will let, there we go. It's done updating. So the first one, so I'm going to turn you so you can see my computer again. Woo, sorry for the dizziness. So just go ahead and hit this big plus sign. This will let right here, this will let the software know that you want to create a new project. So the first one that we are going to do is we are going to do a shirt that says macro is greater than micro, and then under it is economics. So we're going to go ahead and just type. We're just going to type macro. I think we're going to do them separately. Maybe we'll do them as one sentence. Okay, now here's the trick. Greater than micro. Okay. Macro is greater than micro, and then over top of it, we're going to write economics. Okay, so this is kind of what we want on our shirt. So he's a big guy, so come on, drag. There we go. He's a big guy, so his the shirts I've got here for him are a size large, so we're going to go ahead and measure those. Let me turn you so you can see me. So we're going to go ahead and measure those so we can kind of see how big, because you don't want it to be teeny tiny on the shirt. You want it to be a little bit bigger. So this is the blue shirt. This is what I want. So it's quite large from side to side here. So I've just got this little measuring tape. Do you want to go play?
No.
Of course you don't. Told you, mom life. Okay, so we want it kind of centered, but we want it large enough that it's going to really stand out on the shirt. So since this is a large shirt, I think we could do it about 12 inches. Maybe not that much. Let's maybe do it 9. So I think we're going to go 9 inches wide. So I usually worry about the width, and then since there's a lot of length in the shirt, I usually just worry about the width, make the width what I want it to be, and then the length kind of just height, I guess, kind of worries about itself, if that makes sense, because there's quite a bit of shirt to work with. So let me turn you back to my computer now that we know we want it to be about 9 inches wide. So there's my macro and micro. So it's about 8 inches wide now. So the very first thing we need to do before we do that is we need to figure out what font we want. So for this, I think we want a really simple font. I mean, it would be really hilarious to put this all in like a super girly scripty font, but then he wouldn't wear it, and you know. So I actually really like this. It's so, my husband's always telling me it's so lame to leave it in the original font. It's like leaving it in Times New Roman. But I really like the Cricket Sans. So I'm actually thinking for this shirt, for the next one, we'll see how many shirts we can get done. And I just think it's such a nice, bold font. Okay, so we wanted about 9 inches. You're driving me crazy. She's that hitting her teeth together. So I think we want this one maybe about 7, because I think we want to center it under there. So what are we thinking? Does that look good? I wonder if it will let me. Stop grinding your teeth. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop. That's super gross. Okay, so we are ready to make it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit here. We're gonna hit make it on the screen. Can you see that? See where my finger is? There we go, right there. So we hit make it. Now it's going to sort everything onto the mat. So the Cricut is set up to save you as much space as possible. So you realize it's kind of moved things around. It's that is to help save material. So one of the big things that you need to do when you're making a shirt is you've got to mirror it. If you don't mirror it, it's not going to print correctly, and then you won't have it will be backwards on your shirt. So we're going to go ahead and hit mirror. Please stop whining. And then we're going to hit continue. So now it wants us to connect our machine. So my machine's just right here. We're going to pull you back so you can kind of see. I'm going to pull this out. We're going to turn it on, open it up, and there we go. So that's getting all ready to go. So it's connected to my computer now. Now we need to select the material. So there is a dial here. If you're doing something that's not on the dial, you can always hit custom and select it on the computer. But since we are just doing iron on, we are going to hit iron on. And then, so everything's ready to go. I just need to get the material on the mat now. Honey, I need you to sit here for just a second. Oh dear. So I'm just grabbing a roll of iron-on, which is appearing to be harder than I thought it was going to be. Is that iron-on? Transfer tape. Ah, got it. Okay, so I'm using white iron-on on the blue shirt because I think it will stand out the best. So this is just white iron-on here. I thought I had a ton of white iron on, but apparently some of that is window cling and dry erase. Vinyl, which is fun. We should do maybe we'll do a project with that next time. So Melissa wants to know what kind of Cricut I use. I have the Explorer 2, which is their newest machine. I have used the Explorer and I've used the Explorer Air. Both are great machines. So I would go with any of those. So you're just going to take your heat transfer off the roll. So this is a roll of heat transfer. Okay. Seriously guys, I've never had this problem with my kids before. Come here. You have got to stop. Summer, guys. Are we all ready for back to school? I would prided myself on being one of those moms that doesn't want their kids to go back to school until this week. And now I understand. Okay, so just a regular grit mat. Okay, this one is getting kind of non-sticky-ish. We'll see how it does. Okay, so you'll see with your heat transfer vinyl, there is a matte side and there's a shiny side. Shiny side down, which is why you have to mirror it. So we're gonna just go ahead and secure this on the mat. Here, can you sit right here? Why don't you sit by me? Okay. Make sure it goes all the way up on the grid because it's going to start cutting right at the top of the grid. So there we go. It's on our mat. Melissa says her kids go back to school August 14th. That's not even fair. I don't think ours go back the 22nd because it's the day after the, I don't know. Are you guys going somewhere for the eclipse? So we're going the state above us. So we can see the eclipse, and school starts the next day. So hopefully the traffic's not horrible and they get back for the first day of school. If not, oh well. So here we go. We've got shiny side down on the mat. And we are going to feed this into the machine, which I do need both hands for. Can I have my hands for just a minute? Okay. August 7th, guys. I'm jealous. Seriously, I love having them home when they don't fight, but they're fighting all the time right now. So we're just going to go ahead and feed this in. Do you see these little teeth here? So you just want to make sure the mat goes under the little teeth, which is really hard to do with a toddler on your lap. So then you press the arrow button and it will go ahead and grab it. And now we're just going to press this flashing cricket button and it will go ahead and take that in and cut the September 7th and September 5th. Are you happy about that, or are you feeling ready for him to go back? Because I don't know, seriously, I love having my kids home. I love every school break. I'm always sad when they have to go back, but man, they're fighting like crazy right now. So I think maybe they need a break from each other. So let's go ahead, and it's just cutting right now. So Kim, are you happy about September 5th? Agnes, are you happy about it? You still feel like your summer hasn't been long enough, or are you kind of ready for summer to be over? I kind of get excited when all the back to school clothes sales happen and all that stuff. I've already done all the back to school shopping. I just need to make sure. That's how I feel, Melissa, is that I'm so happy to have them home. I love having them here. But man, I don't know. They were perfect little angels all the time. And you know, it's funny, like I told my husband, I thought part of the problem is that our kids are so far apart in age. Our older daughter is 8, and then the little one sitting on my lap right now is 3. But you know, I remember my siblings who were just like a year or two older than me. We fought like crazy too. So maybe it's not the age, maybe it's just a sibling thing. So we are just watching it cut right now. Turn you a little bit so you can see a little bit more of the cut happening. So I've gotten a lot of the school supplies, all the school clothes. Oh, she's showing you her donut. You see her Shopkin donut? Showing your Shopkin. She loves Shopkins. And I actually am incredibly proud to say I won that Shopkin at an arcade game. Okay, so it's all done cutting. So whoa! What I'm gonna do is throw you off the desk apparently. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the flashing arrows, spit it out. Then we're gonna push this back to give us some space to work. Go ahead, flip it upside down. Peel the mat from the heat transfer, not the heat transfer from the mat. That will help keep it. You see how it didn't curl up? It's not super curly now. That will keep it from curling up on you, which is really nice when you're working with this material. Thanks, Barb. She is cute. She's a little bit of a mess this morning. She didn't, you know, they've gotten to the point in the summer where they don't want to get dressed or have their hair done. So I am using a Cricut, woo, see that? I'm using the new Cricut Bright Pad to see, to weed. So can you sit right here for me for a minute? Oh. Look, you're on a throne, a pile of pillows. Yeah, I wasn't sure. So this is the new Cricut Bright Pad. It kind of looks like an iPad, but it's a big light desk. So what's super cool about that is you see, can you look at this? You can't really see where we've cut, but if you stick it on the Bright Pad, all of a sudden the cuts are a lot easier to see. Can you see where the light comes? Oh, that's backwards. Sorry. You can see where the light comes through on the letters, so you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down so that we don't waste any more than we need to, so you can use it for another project. So that's our excess. So this is just our piece here. I'm going to go ahead and trim even a little bit more down. I like to keep scraps for things because you never know when you're going to need a little piece of white heat transfer or something. So this is what our project looks like right now. Let's see if I can find my hook. Oh, it's not in there. I use my hook for hey. Oh, you dropped your donut? Okay. I use my hook for just about everything if I can find the darn thing. So I've got all my other tools here, but no hook. Hook. Where'd you go? My kids think it's a fun toy, so they like to run off with it, which irritates me because it's sharp. So I'm going to see if I can peel this without a hook. If not, I have a new package of tools that I haven't opened yet. I might go grab them. Okay, so you're just going to, there is a clear piece of, turn it up just a little bit. There's a clear piece and a white piece. You want to get your nail in between the clear piece and the white piece and pull them apart from each other. No whining. Okay, there we go. Got my nail in there. And then you're just going to grab them and pull them apart. So it should weave like a dream. If it doesn't like just pull, then your blade is probably dull.
What are you doing?
I'm weeding.
I just finished book 4.
You did? She's been reading Dork Diaries. Hey, Missy, you have horseback riding today. Can you please go get dressed? Okay, fine. No more horseback for you then. That's fine. I'll just tell them you don't want to ride horses anymore. Then go get dressed. Okay, so here we go. So now it's weeded. Everywhere that was connected is now weeded. So now we just need to get the centers of our O's and the centers of our A's done. So this is where the hook really comes in handy. If I can find the darn thing. Find the darn thing. Let me see if I've got another set of tools in this machine. Where did it go? Okay, so if you don't have a hook, you can weed with your nail. It just is not as slick. Or possible, apparently. There we go. Got the center of our O. If you've got the hook, you just stick it in there and pull it up. It's real slick. How many times can I say the word slick in 5 minutes? Let's find out, apparently. Okay, so weeding the center of your O's, you want to make sure when you weed them out, you pull it all the way off, or it's going to just stick to another part of the shirt. I've done that before. There was a little tiny piece left on a shirt, and it...
Sorry. Oh, my toe's stuck. My toe's stuck.
Your toe's not stuck. Okay, so now that is completely weeded. So it is a little sticky, so when you stick it onto your shirt, it will stick for a minute until you iron it. I have a heat press. That's what we're going to be using today. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in and get that warmed up. If you're using an iron, go ahead and put it on your cotton setting. You want it pretty darn warm. So go ahead and plug in your iron and get that all warmed up. And then, so we are going to cut these two lines apart. Now looking at it, I kind of wish I'd made it a little bit bigger. But I think it'll be good. So let's use our blue shirt here. Remember, don't wash them before you wash them, and they doesn't iron on as well. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe the iron on likes the starch in the shirt before. Is it? Oh. Yeah, Barb, it's really hard when I don't have nails. Courtney, I've actually never tried the tweezers for the little pieces. I don't know, have you ever used the hook? I freaking love it. It's like awesome. Oh, thanks, Elise. I have a solid color Carly problem. I love solid color Carlies. I've got quite the... Oh, she decided maybe she doesn't need mama anymore. I have a lot of the solid color. Well, because, you know, the pattern Carlies are cute, but I usually want to wear them with leggings. And then I can't have a pattern and a pattern. So I have solid color Carly problem. So this is sticky side. You see how it's sticking a little bit to my fingers? Is it mirroring it? Ooh. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and stick that down on the shirt. You want it, I usually stick it a couple inches down from the top because you want it to be like chest level. So I'm going to go ahead and you don't want the plastic to sit on each other at all. So it's really helpful if you trim the plastic around the letters to like right towards the letters. I mean, obviously don't cut the letters. But if you trim that plastic a little bit, it'll help the plastic when you layer it to more than one. So we're going to go ahead and put that on the chest. Can you guys see what I'm doing? There we go. So we're going to go ahead and cut the excess plastic off of this. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to heat up, and we are ready to go. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get started on the next shirt while that heats up. So you see how fast that was? I mean, we made a custom shirt in less than a half an hour. It's pretty awesome. So this is the macro is greater than micro economics. Let's see what other. See, my parents, they gave me these huge. Yes, Sophie.
Can you choose something to wear?
Not right now. I'm busy. Okay. Let's see. They have asked me about economics. Talk is cheap, supply exceeds demand. That one's funny. Eat, sleep, economics. Economics forecasters assume everything except responsibility. I think we should do that one. I'm not sure that's the one they wanted me to do, but I think that's funny. Actually, let's do talk is cheap, supply exceeds demand for our next one. So I'm going to go ahead and set this. You see how it kind of sticks to the shirt a little bit while we're waiting for it? I'm going to go ahead and set this down so we can...
Mom, can I wear this outfit? I'm going to put my rainbow pants under it.
No, that's too much color.
What?
This kid. Okay, so we're doing this one. So this Economist shirt set will say talk is cheap, supply exceeds demand. So let's go ahead and finish on our this. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Let's save it. Macro is greater than micro economics shirt. So yes, what, Barb, did you ask a question? So yes, Barb said what settings on the iron? I use the cotton setting, or you really want your iron really hot. And the most important thing on using an iron is pressure. You really want to hit hit it hard. So make sure you've got lots of pressure on there. That's the really nice thing about the heat press, is that it kind of does the pressure for you. So we're going to go ahead and hit this new plus sign up here and get a new one. And we are going to do talk is cheap. Period. supply exceeds demand. Okay, so now, so you want to make sure you've got that a good pressure on there. It's definitely the most important thing. Have a hard surface underneath will really help you get that pressure. And you need to get 30 seconds of warm, hard pressure on every part of the design. You can't just, you know, put 30 seconds of pressure on one part and then the other part's going to pull up. So you've got to make sure you get pressure on all of that. So let's go ahead and find another font here. No, that's funny. That's like a genie type font. Okay. I keep looking. My husband is like a font guru. Every time I like click on a font, I'm like, he would hate that font. Nope, don't like that one. I think it's so hard to see what a font looks like just from their like little example. I feel like I have to, you know, click on it and see what it's gonna. Okay, so do we want the talk is cheap folder or do we want the supply exceeds demand folder? I think we want the talk is cheap folder. So let's do that one. Something. Oh my gosh, guys, they've left me alone. It's a miracle. Arial black is what we were going to do with the talk is cheap, and then we want something a little bit less, we want something a little less thick, I think, for the supply exceeds demand. Oh, hi, Kent. Sorry, I was so focused on watching fonts here that I... Yeah, we don't like that font. So yeah, I'm using, this is the new Cricut Design Space, which I really like. It's a really easy to use program. Right now we are just selecting fonts for what we are working on. What do we think of that font? I need opinions, guys. Tell me, what do you think of that font? I shouldn't have said anything. I know, right? It's the mom curse. Like, you think I'm the only adult in the house right now. I'm not. Their grandma's here. I don't know why they're not playing with grandma. Apparently they just need mom. So tell me, guys, what do you think of this font with the centers out? Do you like that, or should we do something else? What do you think? I think I like it. I like it. So we're going to do this one. So now we've got this. So this talk is cheap is just Arial black. And this supply exceeds demand is a font called Berea that I think goes on my computer. So the nice thing about the Cricut is it will pull all of their fonts and all of your fonts at the same time. So you can kind of use what you want. So we're going to go ahead and hit the make it button up in the corner. So it's going to sort mats by color. But since we're all, they're all the same color, it should just sort them easy, easy peasy. So biggest thing, remember again, is you got to mirror the design or it's going to be backwards on your shirt. It's struggling. Hang on just a second. Okay, let's save this project. just in case. Always a good thing. Okay, so now let's refresh. There we go. I was struggling there for a second. So now we're going to put it back on the mats. So it's going to show you how it's going to print on the mats. We're going to go ahead and mirror the images. That will make it the right way with heat transfer. If you're cutting vinyl, you don't need to mirror. If you're cutting heat transfer, you always need to mirror. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. My machine's already connected, so it'll pull that up in a second. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use, so this one I'm making with a black shirt, so we're going to go ahead and use white vinyl again. Shiny side down on the mat. So heat transfer, white heat transfer. Secure that down. The mat is sticky, so it grabs the heat transfer. Secure, secure. Okay, let's pull the machine back out. And then while this is cutting, I'll go ahead and show you. I will wheel iron the other one. So we've loaded that. I've got it on iron on. We've mirrored it. Let's hit the flashing button and hit go. Okay, so I'm going to turn you this way so you can see me at the heat press. So here is our macro micro one. So we're going to just go ahead and pull that up and see how that kind of stuck to it so that it will, oh, it didn't stick well enough. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that back on there. Okay, so you can iron straight down onto the plastic, which is awesome. If you're worried about it, go ahead and put a thing of parchment paper in there. So just make sure that it's all the way you want it. So this is a heat press. It's like an iron oven kind of thing. So I just make sure that it's on there the way I want. Close the heat press and it will do all the work for me. You make sure that it's all the pressure's on there, which is super nice. So this is just cutting and that's done. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, pull that off. And then I like to hot peel my stuff so you can see if anything's going to pull up. So just go ahead and pull up on that. See, nothing pulled up. If you're ironing and it pulls up, just make sure you iron that part again. So there we go. So there's shirt one. Let's get shirt two done. So that is cutting right now. I'm going to open a new set of tools because I don't think I can lift that much for another shirt. My new tools. I know I have new tools. I just haven't opened them yet. So this is the Cricut set weeding tools. So there's long pointy tweezers, then curved tweezers, and then kind of like a piercing tool, a hook weeder, hook tweezers, fine tweezers. Yes, it reads backwards on your screen because because Facebook is weird and it mirrors. I promise you it's not actually backwards on the shirt. It is. That's what would happen. That's how it would look if you hadn't mirrored it when you cut it. So that's why a good reminder to mirror your images. So this is these tools are intense. Come on. Don't tell my dentist brother that I was using my teeth to get that off. So there's my hook that I love so much. So, and then there's a different kind of hook in here that I've never used before. That is like more hooked around. And then there's a piercing tool and fine tweezers and weeding tweezers. So all sorts of, so this is their weeding tool set, which is different than their normal. It's made specifically to do what we're about to do here, to get things. I'm so glad it's been helpful. That's what I like to hear. Ooh, that's sharpened. That's what I like to hear. I'm never sure if people like actually like my randomness. So here are my new tools. We're just waiting for that to cut. That shoot's done, and we'll get this one done. So hopefully these will help cheer him up a little bit, make him smile as he's got this. I told you he's got those big tests for his PhD program coming up. Seriously, the kind that they kick you out and give you a master's if you don't pass. So he's a little stressed. And then his cute little wife is very pregnant right now. Their baby's due, I want to say the 1st of August. So super soon. They're having a little girl and I'm so excited. I love little girls. That's all I have. So I guess I'm biased. Cut, my pretty, cut. This one is a lot more, it's a lot more intense of a cut, especially since we used the kind where we use the font where it's hollow in the middle, so it's a little bit more intense. Melissa says till they're teenagers. I know, my husband's always like, how much are these girls gonna cost me when they're teenagers? And I'm like, well, I just spent $150 on new school clothes this year, and she's a 3rd grader. So maybe triple or quadruple that for teenagers? And he's like, oh. It's like, their clothes just get more expensive, dude. I'm excited about this shirt though. I think it's going to turn out awesome. I like that hollow font. So this is the hook tool that I love so much. Oh, it's done. I'm going to go ahead and spit that out. Tina, the Cricut is by far the easiest machine to use. Go ahead, flip it. You don't want it to curl, so you peel the mat from the heat transfer, not the heat transfer from the mat. Where'd my plastic sheet for my mat go? Don't know. Okay, next we're gonna trim this. So yeah, Tina, the Cricut is by far easier to use. I've got both machines. The two most popular machines are the Cricut and the Cameo. The Cricut Explorer and the Cameo. I've got both. My Cricut's in here. My Cameo's right over there. The Cricut is just so easy to use. I feel like my sister, trying to see what you guys can see, sorry. My sister really wanted a cutting machine, and we were talking about it, and she's awesome and crafty, but just not tech savvy, and the Cricut has been so awesome for her. So I'm going to show you how to weed with the hook now. I just go ahead and I grab the edge of something, the edge of my top sheet, and now I'm just going to be able to take that and pull just like that. So it'll weed. Anything that's connected is going to come off in this first big weed. If it, sometimes it gets stuck a little bit like in the A's and stuff, I just use my hook to pull that out. Okay, so there is our first big weed. Now you can kind of see how it basically says what we want it to know. But now you want to get the centers of things out. So we're going to use the hook and just, the nice thing is you can just, the hook is sharp and you can kind of just stick it in there and grab, pierce it and grab. So we're just doing the centers of our E's and our A's and our P's and all that kind of thing. So the top part is going to go fast. The bottom part is going to take us a little bit longer because it's that funky font. So there we go. Now you can see that our Talk is Cheap is all ready. Okay, so now we're going to have to focus a little bit. I think the light pad is going to help us here. Whoa! I'm going to turn that down just a little bit so it doesn't. So sometimes it helps me to be able to look at it and see again what it's supposed to look like. So now we're just taking the centers of the letters out. Hey baby, what you doing? So the light pad just illuminates behind, making it so you can see. Make sure you leave the centers of your P's on this one. Baby's back. What are you doing, crazy? You've been eating cookies.
Huh?
What have you been eating? You had chocolate all over your face.
Chocolate coins.
Chocolate coins. That sounds like a grandma was involved. So we're just peeling out the centers of our letters right now for that other font. So this is what it's looking now that supply is done. Actually, I think there's another one in the center of the P. Let me grab that. Okay, so the Cricut Bright Pad, which is their new product, is super fun. It illuminates behind so that you can, what are you doing? You having trouble? Are you stuck? Do you need help?
I can do it.
No, don't lock it. Okay. It just illuminates so you can kind of see where the cuts are so you can peel things easier. My kids love it because they use it for tracing. They like to put a coloring page on it and then oh no, I grabbed the wrong thing on the C. Go back. Definitely talk to my craft projects. I feel like that's, you know, a normal thing, hopefully.
I can't.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Okay. She's stuck in my bathroom. Did you lock it? That's why you can't get out, you goober. You locked it. We put a lock on my craft room door. Not necessarily because, like, I wanted to be able to lock the kids out of the craft room. Because, honestly, most of the time, unlike today, they don't bug me too much during videos. But we put a lock on it because when we moved into our house, there was a lock on our kids' door. Which I was like, no. Like, they're not going to be able to lock Mom out. So we just switched the doors with their bedroom and my office. The doors were the exact same size, so we just switched the doors. So the Cricut Bright Pad just kind of lets us see where we are weeding, which is nice. My kids, so I was telling you, my kids like to take a coloring page and then stick it in between a shirt and then use a black marker to trace it onto the shirt. So that they can make their own, like, coloring shirts. So that's really great for that. It helps illuminate. Shoot, I pulled up the E too. Go back, little E, go back. So that's really great for that. I love this font. My husband's probably going to be like, that's the worst font ever. Told you he's a font snob. Tonight we have to go back to the cell phone store. We're switching cell phone providers and I'm not excited. Well, I'm excited to have a new cell phone provider because our old one has not been great. But I swear, when you go into a cell phone store, you're there for, like, the rest of your life. I know, exaggerations. Okay, so we're almost done here. I'm working on the demand right now. Peeling the center. So this font took a little bit more work, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to look really great on the shirt. So those of you that have never watched my show before, I'm Deborah from Housewife Eclectic. I do live shows every Monday and Friday. On Fridays, I'm always on my page, which is Housewife Eclectic. So if you want to catch my other, I do a lot of crafting with the Cricut and the Cameo to give you guys lots of ideas and inspiration as to what to make. Okay, almost done. Just got the inside of the period left. Okay, so let me show you how this is going to look. So this is it. There we go. So is that just the way we want it, or should we cut it apart? I think that's just the way we want it. So we're going to go ahead and turn the spray pad off. We're going to stick it on our shirt, iron it, and we'll be done. And guys, we just made 2 cute, awesome, well, not cute. Can't say it's cute because it's for my brother. 2 awesome shirts in an hour. So we're going to put this one a little bit lower, I think. So armpit level there. Go ahead and smooth that out. Then we're going to walk it over to our heat press. So if you want to look at a heat press, I've put the one that I'm using in the description up at the top. So you can go ahead and look at that. This will just take a second and we'll be all done. So I have saved these as public projects. If you want to go ahead and give my page a like, if you want to be able to see these projects, I will post them for you to look at. So this is all done. So it's quite warm when I pull it out of the heat press. And then you're just going to go ahead and peel that off. So when you peel it off with an iron, peel slow, and then if anything pops up, go ahead and iron that back down again. So I'm Deborah from Housewife Eclectic. If you want to go ahead and see my other shows, which is a lot of them are Cricut centric and things like that. We like to do lots of fun things with vinyl and heat transfer and stuff like that. I made a lot of fun custom shirts. If you want to see all that, go up into the description and give my page a like, and then you will be able to see my next show. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys all later. Bye!